Module 3 Quantum Mechanics Lecture 2. So we will study the wave particle relativity, dual nature of light, evidence of wave particle relativity, photoelectric effect, particle nature, Compton effect, particle nature, and electron diffraction is wave nature. So interference of matter waves is also a wave nature. So what is de Broglie hypothesis? As we all know, light shows the dual nature, as interference, diffraction, polarization shows the wave nature of light, and Compton effect, photoelectric effect, and black body radiation shows that it has particle nature. So we can say light have electromagnetic wave have both nature or dual nature, wave nature as well as particle natures. So what probably said or suggest that as nature have symmetry in all aspects. Nature have symmetry in all aspects. So as light or electromagnetic wave shows dual nature, so all material bodies is also show the dual nature according to de Broglie. In 1924, Louis de Broglie suggested that wave particle duality may not be a monopoly of the radiation but a universal characteristic of the nature. Material particles such as electron, proton, neutron also exhibit the wave particle or wave characters like a wave character. He proposed a moving particle always have wave associated with it, associated with a moving particle. De Broglie wavelength are related to a particle-like property, P is momentum particle property, and wave-like property is lambda. So in this expression, lambda equal to h upon p. Lambda is the wavelength of wave, h is the Planck constant, and p is the momentum. So this shows particle-like property. This shows wave-like property. And at the same time, if particle property dominate, then wave property or wave type property is small. If lambda or particle like properties dominate, then momentum like property like particle like property is small, because both are inversely proportional to each other. So according to derivation, now drive this expression according to Max Planck hypothesis. Light have energy in the form of quantum energy equal to h nu. C equal to nu by lambda. So equal to hc by lambda. This is according to Planck hypothesis. According to Einstein relation, E equal to mc square or E, no, E square equal to m naught square c to power 4 plus p square c square. For massless particle, or we can say per photon, rest mass of photon is 0. So E square equal to P square, C square, or E equal to Pc. This both have expression for energy. Equate equation 1 and 4. Hc upon lambda equal to Pc. Lambda equal to h upon P. De Broglie suggests that above equation, this equation is for electromagnetic wave. So de Broglie suggests that the above equation, which is valid for photon, applies for material particle also. This equation is also applied for material particle. Momentum is equal to P equal to mv, lambda equal to h upon mv. This is particle nature or this is wave nature. De Broglie wavelength expressed for every moving particle, whether it is charged particle accelerated at some potential V or it is neutral gas molecule accelerated at thermal energy. This equation is valid for all moving material particles. So de Broglie in terms of kinetic energy. If particle is moving non-relativistically means velocity of particle is very small than c, or we can say m equal to m naught. Then de Broglie wavelength lambda equal to h upon m naught v. Then kinetic energy equal to half mv square. For non-relativistically when particle is moved non-relativistically, then kinetic energy is half mv square. So m naught square we multiply m naught on both sides equal to 2 m naught k, or mv equal to m naught v equal to under root 2 m naught k. Put the value of m naught v in equation 1. So lambda equal to h upon m naught k, where k is kinetic energy of particle, m naught is the rest mass of the particle, h is a Planck constant. Case 1, if charged particle carrying a charge q is accelerated through a potential v, then wavelength of associated with moving charged particle is kinetic energy is k equal to qv. Then from de Broglie wavelength, put the value of k equal to qv. So this equation becomes lambda equal to h upon 2 m naught qv. For example, electron accelerated at potential v, then de Broglie wavelength lambda equal to h upon m naught ev. For electron, q equal to e, and v is potential. Here capital V denotes the potential energy, or this small v denotes the velocity of the particle. So don't confuse in V. This capital V is for potential energy and this small v is for velocity of particle. For electron, small e equal to 1.6 into 10 to power minus 19 coulomb, m naught equal to 9.1 into 10 to power minus 31 kg. So lambda equal to 150 upon v under root angstrom. V put in volts, or 12.28 under root v angstrom. Put the value of v, then lambda is calculated. This is expression for electron. If electron is accelerated by potential v. Case 2. If gas molecule moves at some temperature T after receiving thermal energy, then motion is according to degree of freedom n. Then thermal kinetic energy equal to half nkt, where n is a degree of freedom, k is a Boltzmann constant, and T is a temperature at Kelvin. For monoatomic gas, degree of freedom n equal to 3. Monoatomic gas move in 3 directions. So K equal to 3 by 2 kT. We know de Broglie wavelength lambda equal to h upon 2 m naught k. So put the value of k in this equation. So lambda equal to h 2 m naught 3 by 2 kT. We cancel out this 2. So 3 m naught kt. Lambda equal to h upon under root 3 m naught kt. This is the expression for de Broglie wavelength for gas molecules. So detection of matter waves. According to de Broglie, the matter waves are generated by every microscopic and macroscopic bodies. But the magnitude of de Broglie wavelength of matter wave in the case of macroscopic bodies is extremely small, such that it cannot detected by any instrument, or nor is there any hope for being detected. This clearly explains why the wave nature of matter waves is not observed in daily observation. Now some examples supporting the above statements. So de Broglie wavelength for earth, stone and electron is calculated by us. Mass of the earth is 6.6 into 10 to power 24 kg. Velocity of earth is 3 into 10 to power 4, orbital velocity 4 meter per second. So lambda comes out 3.68 into 10 to power minus 63 meter per meter. Lambda is calculated by above expression h lambda equal to h upon mv, where h is a Planck constant 6.6 into 10 to power minus 34 joule second. For stone, mass of the stone is 100 gram. Velocity of stone is 1 meter per second. So lambda comes out 6.625 into 10 to the power minus 33 meter per second. For electron, mass of the electron is 9.1 into 10 to the power minus 31 kg. The velocity is 10 to the power 4 or 10 to the power 6 meter per second. And lambda comes out 6.625 into 10 to the power minus 9 meter per second according to velocity of electron which we take. So the wavelength of wave attached with moving earth or stone is very small. It cannot be detected by any instrument. The wavelength attached with moving electron is the order of X-ray, which can be detected. Thus, practically electron have wave character while the other is not, or these body are said to have no wavelength. Hence, any material body in motion can have wavelength, but it is measurable or significant only in microscopic bodies, such as electron, proton, atoms or molecules. Thus, the dual nature of matter is significant for microscopic bodies only. So, dual nature of the matter waves or dual nature only significant for microscopic bodies because the wavelength associated with microscopic bodies can be detected and the wavelength associated with macroscopic bodies cannot be detected by any instrument or significant this wavelength. Difference between matter waves and electromagnetic waves. Matter waves, the matter waves are generated by moving charge particle as well as moving neutral particle. Electromagnetic waves, the electromagnetic waves are produced only by accelerated charge particle. Matter waves are neither emitted by particles nor radiated into space. These are simply associated with particles. Electromagnetic waves can be radiated into space. The velocity of matter waves depend on the velocity of material particle. The velocity of electromagnetic wave is equal to velocity of light. The wavelength of matter waves or de Broglie wavelength is given by lambda equal to h upon mv, and the wavelength of electromagnetic wave is given by lambda equal to c by nu. Characteristics of de Broglie wave is the lighter the particle, greater is the de Broglie wavelength as lambda equal to h upon mv. So lighter is the particle, greater is the de Broglie wavelength. The faster the particle, the smaller is the de Broglie wavelength. The de Broglie wavelength of a particle is independent of the charge or nature of the particle. It is not an electromagnetic in nature. We want to calculate the velocity of matter waves. Vp is the de Broglie wave velocity, nu is the frequency, and lambda is the wavelength of de Broglie wavelength. Then Vp is equal to nu lambda, as lambda equal to velocity upon frequency. According to analogy of radiation, E equal to h nu, total energy equal to h nu. So nu equal we want to calculate nu equal to mc square according to Einstein. So this two equation is for energy. We equate these two equations. So nu equal to mc square upon h equation 2. According to de Broglie hypothesis, lambda equal to h upon v. So put the value of nu and lambda in equation 1. We get Vp equal to cancel, m is cancel out, h is also cancel. So Vp equal to c square by v. Since particle velocity must be less than velocity of light, this is particle velocity and it is always less than velocity of light. Therefore, de Broglie wave velocity is always travel faster than velocity of light, which conflicts with the theory of relativity. So we consider a wave group or wave packet. The de Broglie wave associated with particle travel much faster than particle itself. This means the velocity de Broglie wave velocity travels much faster than particle itself, would leave the particle behind. This is also against the wave concept of the particle. This difficulty was removed by considering a group of matter waves rather than a single wave to be associated with particles. This group of wave is known as packets. So we consider when particle is moving, there is a group of wave associated with the particle or wave packet. So a wave packet consists of group of wave and it is formed by superposition of number of waves situated on or around at the center of wavelength given by de Broglie formula. And the amplitude and the phase of each wave in a wave packet is such that they interfere constructively over the small region where particle can be localized. Constructive interference where particle can be localized, and outside the region they interfere destructively. The amplitude of the interference is zero where particle cannot be localized or particle cannot be found. Group velocity, the velocity with which wave packet moves forward in the medium is called group velocity, that is v g equal to d omega upon dk. And phase velocity, the individual wave forming the wave packet possess or have an average velocity called phase velocity, that is vp equal to omega by k. Here we end this lecture, and in next lecture we will discuss about Schrodinger time independent wave equations. These two equations are very important for in quantum mechanics, like Newton's law in classical mechanics. Same Schrodinger equations play a role in quantum mechanics. So stay with me in next lecture. Keep watching, keep studying. Thank you.